At the bottom of the ocean, there's a creature that turns solid coral into sand. It's not a shark, it's no mythical sea monster either. It moves slow, but every single bite packs enough force to snap living rock. The Humphead Parrotfish. It's got this massive parrot-like beak, but it's built to crush concrete-hard coral. When it eats, it sounds like boulders being smashed together underwater. And here's the crazy part. Those pristine white sand beaches on tropical islands? They're literally made from what this fish grinds up. How hunting one of these things? It's a total mind game. The diver goes down on a single breath, dead silent. No bubbles, no noise. Then, out of the blue shadows of the reef, the rock crusher shows up. The spear flies. The water explodes. The fish tears through the reef with unbelievable torque, ripping the spear line completely taut. A few minutes later, the fight is over. What they pull to the surface isn't just a fish. It's a biological machine that grinds reefs to dust with its own teeth.
Now you have to learn from this.
It's all in here. The rest. Look, the scales.
Yeah, it's so big.
Oh, do you want to try?
The blade glides right down the spine, the classic Sanmai Oroshi technique. The butcher's hand drives the knife hard against the bone structure, peeling away thick, dense strips of muscle. Everything is locked in and ready to wake up that deep sea flavor.
Caldo con eso.
On the cutting board, pure chaos, a fight against heavy scales and thick bone. But here, the violence stops. It becomes pure tranquility. The sashimi, hand-sliced, resting on chilled black slate, glowing like frosted glass under the studio lights. The steamed fillet, buried in scallions, Fahrenheit oil. The flash of heat forces the dense muscle to bloom instantly. Turning a rock-hard deep-sea hunter into melting velvet ice-cold sashimi. Or sizzling hot fillet. Which plate are you reaching for first? from crushing coral in the deep to melting on your palate. The ocean's ultimate transformation. There's this one fish. The second a diver touches it, it blows up like some kind of alien. The body balloons out, spine stands straight up, and the real nightmare is the poison locked away inside. Nobody touches a pufferfish without serious professional training. One tiny mistake, one squeeze in the wrong spot. The whole dive could end right there in the water. What this diver is holding isn't just a fish. It's a living, breathing biological weapon made by Mother Nature. The pufferfish? It's packed with tetrodotoxin, one of the most lethal neurotoxins in the ocean. It's so toxic that just a microscopic drop will lock up your entire nervous system. It shuts your body down, piece by piece. The scariest part? Even today, there is no actual antidote. But the crazy thing is, we took this highly lethal creature and turned it into the most dangerous luxury dish on the planet. Over in Japan, fugu chefs go through years of grueling training and strict licensing exams. Because if that blade is off by even a few millimeters, whatever poison is left behind turns a high-end dinner into a death sentence. "3,000 feet down in the pitch black, a massive shadow glides through the abyss. The Diamond Squid. This isn't some tiny baitfish. It's a 60-pound giant, propelled by a massive diamond-shaped fin that spans its entire body. Their skin is lined with chromatophores. In a split second, they can flash brilliant, pulsing colors to communicate or camouflage in the dark. But the most incredible part? They don't swim in massive schools. They navigate this freezing, lightless desert in pairs. A bonded couple hunting together in the void. And that's when the harvest starts.
Dali. Gay. Gay. Pasti magbuga.
No massive nets, no roaring engines, just heavy lines dropped straight into the crush of the deep. You wait in the silence. Then, a violent, heavy drag on the line. Out of the endless black, a giant crimson diamond breaches the surface, its skin pulsing with erratic color as it fights the hook. But here's the haunting part. This 60-pound monster only lives about a year, born in the dark, growing into a massive predator in one brief window, and then gone forever. Out in the open ocean, the skipjack tuna never stops moving. They barely push 2 feet long, but they rip through the water at 45 miles an hour. They are biological engines, running hotter than the sea around them. And they never swim alone. Tens of thousands packed together, moving endlessly like a rolling silver storm. Then the boats arrive. No massive nets, just speed against speed. The water explodes. In an instant, the boat turns into a living machine. Drop, hook, whip, repeat, non-stop. Fish get yanked from the water like silver bullets, slamming onto the deck faster than you can track. It's clean, incredibly precise, and requires a flawless rhythm. One missed beat, and the school vanishes. Then, just as fast as it started, it's over. The ocean goes dead quiet, leaving just the boat and tons of the sea's fastest creatures pulled in a few chaotic minutes. Born in tiny streams, salmon grow up thousands of miles away in the deep ocean. Then they navigate straight back to the exact spot they were born, guided by magnetic fields and the literal smell of their childhood river. But that journey home? It's a complete suicide mission. They launch themselves up jagged waterfalls, their bodies tearing on the rocks, just to spawn one last time. And that's exactly when the harvest drops the hammer. The quiet river turns into a war zone. Fishermen stand waist-deep in freezing water, ripping massive, thrashing adults out of the current with bare hands. This animal spends its entire life fighting its way back home. But the second it finally makes it, that's exactly the fisherman's waiting. First, the knife goes in just above the dorsal fin. Don't just cut, feel. The blade glides perfectly against the spine. One fluid motion, so clean you barely leave a scrap of meat on the bone. The rib cage lifts away, exposing that pristine, deep orange flesh. It practically glows under the lights. The knife keeps moving with a terrifying rhythm. Pin bones extracted, the rich, high-value belly meat perfectly trimmed. No hesitation, not a single millimeter of error. Thick, 2-pound blocks of king salmon dropping one by one. A few minutes ago, this was a freezing body cutting through northern waters. Now, under these warm lights, it's practically modern art. Olive oil catching the glare, paprika dusted over pinkish-orange meat, fresh lemon juice slowly seeping into the grain. A fork gently cracks through that ultra-crispy skin, hitting the soft, tender meat beneath. Steam rising, charred asparagus, fresh citrus. The whole room just goes silent, and the circle closes. From fighting to survive in the wild to a moment of absolute culinary respect on the plate. Look deep into this murky water. See anything? Nothing at all. But right under that sand is one of nature's weirdest designs, the shovel-nosed guitarfish. They call it the guitarfish. It's a master of disguise. Looks exactly like a killer shark, but it actually belongs to the elegant ray family. This thing has a magnetic superpower. Tiny particles in its receptors let it read the Earth's magnetic field. That's how it hunts in the pitch black. Growing about 4.5 feet long, this invisible monster rules the shallows for its 10-plus-year lifespan. And its secret weapon? 112 heavy-duty crushing plates. But how do you pull this mini submarine off the sandy bottom? The answer lies in the hands of some seriously seasoned fishermen. Today, the goal is a brand new beach record. The squid bait is cast. Heavy sinkers are buried in the sand. These anglers stand on the shore counting the seconds, waiting to feel the slightest twitch at the tip of the rod. There it is. The guitarfish takes the bait. It pins itself to the ocean floor like a 40-pound anchor. They use every ounce of their body weight to fight being dragged out of their familiar waters. It's a pure tug of war, man versus absolute survival instinct.
Let's see.
Yes! Yes!
Oh, what is that? Is that a leopard shark? Oh, Mom, it's a shovel nose.
Oh my god! It's a ray!
Mom, this one's way bigger.
Oh my god!
After minutes of grinding it out, the shovel-headed monster finally breaks the surface. The catch is secured. Now, let's see a master of the blade go to work on this masterpiece. You won't be able to look away. Meet Don's, a master chef in LA who specializes in cartilaginous fish. First up, wash away all the sand and grit from the skin. His secret weapon today? The classic Deba knife. One straight cut down the spine. The pristine white meat peels right perfectly under his expert hands.
And then as you draw it again, you should be able to get in.
Slicing right down the back, the blade glides through.
I'm gonna skewer these guys.
No hard bones here, just soft cartilage. From a rough, gritty fish, he yields up to 10 to 12 pounds. Zero waste, not a single millimeter left behind.
Leftovers from the carcass. That's the left fillet. I just took the skin off of the size of this fillet. This guy's a tank. Look at the chunks on this guy, guys.
Everything is set for its final transformation into a bright, colorful taco. Look at this. From a weird, overlooked creature on the beach to an absolute masterpiece on a plate. Pieces of Cajun battered fish sizzling in the hot oil, golden brown and smelling incredible.
Set up. Got my avocado, got my cabbage, got the cheese.
Tuck them into a soft taco. Add rich avocado and crunchy purple cabbage. The perfect mix of land and sea. The texture of this meat will blow your mind. It doesn't flake apart like cod. It's firm like chicken breast and sweet like high-end restaurant scallops.
There we go.
Never judge a book by its gritty cover. Trust your taste buds.
Look at that, guys. Look how gorgeous that looks. Man. Look at that. And the last taco.
Next time you spot a shovelhead on the beach, don't just walk away.
I'm definitely
Catch it.
encouraging you guys to
Cook it. Experience
go
it
out there,
yourself.
fish,
Because out in the ocean, the best treasures
catch
hide
fish.
under the ugliest skin. And our next mysterious catch? It's going to leave you completely speechless. This is snakehead. Handle this slimy skin. One clean cut right behind the fin. The blade just glides along the spine. Whatever you do, don't cut straight down. You want to hug the bones with your knife? There it is, a perfect V-cut. All those tiny pin bones and that dark bloodline, gone.